Okay. So you got
Okay.
your steroid, if you will, someone to bloodlust your mighty core, whether that be the morph or the what other potential Tomato option could come out here. And if they want to contest a lot of the runes, because we've been seeing that trending a bit, Ogre's one of the best to kind of be able to duke it out come rune time because he's so freaking thick.
Yeah. High base stats. That's essentially what this hero is. And speaking of which, Bane untouched from any of these teams
Oh,
so far.
that's true.
That's another one of these seemingly god tier position fives, but it looks like we do have both of our pos fives, so probably not going to get picked up unless somebody runs it as a 4, which would be
Yeah,
quite
Bane
strange.
and Grimstroke, I think we're going to see a lot more, but maybe not this game.
Grim 4 wouldn't be bad. Okay, so they go with the Earth Spirit. So they have a lot of answers to both the Morph and the Willow here.
Yeah.
The Earth Spirit's not so good against the Ogre because it just feels like you can't really do anything to him in lane. It's like rolling on him. It's like Ogre doesn't give a shit about that, you know? But you have the Silence. You have like the double Silence and the AA Blast. This is all magic damage versus Willow, who the Shadow Realm is not going to help protect against that. And of course, that's going to kill the Morphling as well.
Yeah, ridiculous team fight magic damage here. Undying need to consider a way to kind of nullify that a bit or get someone who's a pipe candidate or some way to potentially deal with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure. Huh. How do you guys feel about like a Tiny? I feel like Tiny for the cut.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Tiny
All
we've been
right, so you got
seeing
your
pretty
physical
much pick banned
damage.
every game, but all right. What's so special
Well,
about Slardar now?
He
I
does
just
double damage to creeps, so he can actually farm and isn't just a pathetic loser when he isn't having like a snowbally game, which is really nice. So you can like farm ancients with him and stuff now. I actually think Slardar's a really good hero. The only reason Slardar's not like completely S tier in pubs is because of illusion heroes, and there's the response. So PL being really strong is the only reason I don't think Slardar's S tier. And Naga Siren, of course, is like the other solution to any of these like heroes that can't deal with illusions at all. TB as well, but I think Naga's probably better than TB. You can just push the lane so
and
easily.
they've not only taken out some of the best carries right now, but obviously Leshrac really good against illusions, so that's a potential. And we've seen position one Lesh, which obviously if you have a Morphling, you can just do whatever you want in terms of lanes. You can be pretty flexible, whatever's better for your matchup.
Man, I think Undying, they need some like Zeus level hero to deal with the Naga illusions because like these heroes have absolutely nothing. They have all like single target damage. You know, the Willow, even like her Bedlam is single target really. It's magic damage, which will clear through the illusions pretty nicely, like individually. But there's
Hmm.
3 or 4 of them, or 5 or whatever, when she gets the
Yeah,
Manta
and
style.
they
So
don't have these new buffed supports, right? The lions, the rastas, the shadow or the dazzles that can actually deal with the illusions a little bit easier. The banes, kind of. Although I haven't really seen the brain sap thing versus illusion. I wonder how good that actually is. Seems like it would
probably
be okay.
decent. Yeah, it's probably decent. Pure damage in general is good against illusions because they just take like 1,500 damage because of the amplification. But yeah, I think a dazzle, like if you could somehow fit a dazzle into the draft, would be. I mean, that's just the illusion solution right now. It seems, but it's hard.
Looking
They don't have a carry.
potentially at the off lane pick here for the cut. Something, not necessarily that really needs to get fights started because they have some of those options, but maybe you want to lean into the global presence a bit more. Maybe you want to lean into just caking on some extra damage or
I wouldn't
space
mind
creation before Naga.
a Pango here. It's not the best against Dark Willow, but everybody else, it seems like the disarm's really good.
Oh, it's your
Centaur.
boy Centaur. Another
Okay.
day, another Centaur. The stock continues to rise.
That 15 extra AoE's got people excited, gentlemen. Let me tell you, I have yet to actually play this hero myself, but the problem with their lineup is it's very magical heavy, and Naga doesn't really come online in terms of physical damage until the later stages of the mid game. So that's their one kind of negative right now for
And
that
even
lineup.
then, like against the BKB, the Abyssal Blade's nowhere near as good anymore, and so they don't like they're not gonna have that BKB piercing lockdown for post BKB. So I don't even think the Naga like past that period, unless she's snowballing, is going to do work against BKB. So I think for the cut, it's all about like snowballing and taking the game and getting a lead before the BKBs come out. If it's even and Undying at BKBs, it looks really easy for them. I think.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick a lot of different. Monkey King is. I don't know what they actually changed with him in the last patch, but You have a somewhat way of dealing with the illusions with the Battle Fury and Maelstrom with that Aghanim Scepter combination. You can destroy Centaur in lane because he's a melee hero. Question is, do you want to do Monkey King and Morphling in the same lineup? Which, assuming Morph is mid, but they can still switch that up.
Yeah.
Gyro seems decent.
Gyro,
Maelstrom and magic damage early to deal with the illusions.
PA maybe had a place or not. I'm not too sure if she gets shut down too hard or would be able to offer with item help and assistance a way to splash the illusions.
I think PA is a little slow with the Morph. Like, Morph is typically, even if it's mid, is going to be the one in this game. So you want a hero that's more of like a, mid from safe lane position. So I was thinking like the Gyro, maybe Necrophos, like to completely dumpster the Centaur. Oh, they do go with the Monkey. Okay.
All right, nice. Monkey King, even in Season 2, even after the patch, still finds a home on Undying side. Gentlemen, real fast, can I get your last thoughts on who you think is going to take it? Cut or Undying? Jenkins?
I think Undying have been playing more and practicing more, so I'm going to go with them, but I think their draft is worse.
All right, sounds fair.
Too much magic damage on the cut, in my opinion. So
right.
Undying.
2 for Undying on the panel. Why don't we go ahead and get into a break? After a long wait, it's finally time to get into our first game of action. After the break, we got Lyrical and PPD to bring you the coverage.
Dota fans, welcome on back. We're here. We're actually going to get into the game, and I have a wonderful man to join me through it. PPD, sir. First and most importantly, what's your opinion on diet soda? Actually, we're just going to skip past that. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here. Excited to see this Division 2, the little Nick stack, see what they can do against Undying. Undying, one of the better teams in the last season, but they did fall short. But as the panel was, kind of talking about the game a little bit occasionally, they mentioned that all of these series really do matter a lot. So if there is a series for when I played in the last season, our first match was against EG,
right?
And we actually won the first game. We took a game off of EG, so maybe Undying will be a little sloppy and give up a game maybe they shouldn't, and then if a second game goes the other way, and you could have a really devastating series for this very promising team.
Absolutely, and I think that's also worth noting, like, new to the patch. It's a new
patch as well, so it's even more opportunity for upset, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something that we're definitely going to need to watch for. Undying, they go for sort of a tried and true opening with the Morphling Dark Willow. We've seen that be really horrific to play against at a bunch of different points and times. Do you think that the cut kind of answered that combo that Undying threw out there at the beginning, or were there any other sort of problems posed throughout the course of the draft? Anything that stood out to you, really?
I think Morph is really a rising hero in popularity just because of some of the changes in the patch, and he was good last patch. I think he got even better.
Really?
When you come up with answers for the hero, I think Ancient Apparition is a great answer, but the other answer is PL, which is kind of like that other carry that I think is really, really good this patch as well. That got banned out in the second phase, but we'll see if the AA plus Green Coil combo is enough damage to put this Morph down.
Okay, there'll be something to watch for, and obviously BKB's going to be a problem later. When I saw the changes to Morph, I actually thought that it was going to be like a really big nerf to him. The, change where now it costs mana to attribute shift, but you think that that's not as big of a deal, and you like the other stuff that's been changed about him?
Yeah, I don't think Morph has. I mean, Morph does have some mana problems against the Diffusal Blade heroes, but outside of that, mana was never really an issue for the hero.
Okay.
Especially if he's mid with this like early bottle, and bottle plus magic wand, he'll be fine.
All right, well, sounds good. I'm excited to see it. You can see Dubu here just trying to chase around Vol and stop him from getting that pull off, and in fact was able to disrupt it a little bit. And now this wave is going to push back in towards that tier 1 tower. It might meet up still at a decent positioning, but a lot of pressure being put on by this Ogre Magi. Just a tanky dude, has 6 tangos and a salve. He's good to go.
Yep. I imagine they had to ask Bryle if he was comfortable playing mid against Puck, and he said yes, so they took that last pick Monkey King just to completely dominate the safe lane, which was a pretty good call, in my opinion. I think that Centaur is susceptible to having a really bad lane if he's up against like an Ursa or Monkey King or any sort of anti-melee hero, so expecting free farm from the Monkey King, and it looks like Morphling is also off to a great start on mid lane, which this lane gets really hard for Puck as the levels go up, but I usually see the Puck's max silence and try to like get a cheeky killer too on the Morphling in the early game, but he's going the more farm route with the elusive orb, and he actually got both water rings.
Nice.
So denying Bryle's bottle there is pretty significant, actually. You see so many mid heroes are rushing bottle now because of the double runes. That's kind of, you know, the meta is you can pick whatever hero you want for mid, have him get an early bottle, and he's going to be fine in, you know, 90% of the matchups.
Right. You know, it's interesting. We were watching just the other day, and it was a couple of sick plays from like Lone Druid. Gunnar was playing it, and he was able to deny out both runes with the bear. We've seen a couple of situations with Puck also being able to like take one and then orb to the second one afterwards, and just a lot of different ways that people are trying to take away that advantage. Particularly like we see Bryle here going for the bottle first. If you can deny that, this item becomes much less significant for sure. So, cool stuff. Oh. Look at that. Given the voice lines after the deny. Little Nick, well at home in NA. You'll love to see it.
Yeah, he's kind of one of the up-and-coming guys, and I think he's kind of the people know a lot about. I guess he's kind of got like a cool story or whatever, just being like so young.
Right.
It's nice to see new NA players, and he's one of the few that, you know, people were excited that he was in Division 2, and then, you know, it's even more exciting that he made it to Division 1 now.
Well, and he's playing with a bunch of people that have been around the scene for a while. I feel like every single open qualifier I would see Scourge McDuck on a team. This guy just always sort of tries to make it happen.
Yep.
And, you know, that's what you need to combo together with, the veterans with the young guns.
But 4 minutes, we're going to have another water rune. Dubu's camping the top. He ported, actually, to secure that one, and then Puck is going in bottom and getting this one.
Wow. Denied again. And
both.
Pretty good stuff there. They also weren't able to wrap back over to get the bounty rune either, so Bryle's just chilling here with the bottle. We'll see if somebody maybe comes to refill it or something, but a little frustrating, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, maybe he can always go get the bounty rune spawns at 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So maybe you can get that, or you can get the power rune. But Morph is kind of a mid carry. Like, he just wants to sit around and defend his tower and get really farmed. And this is what we saw a lot from Undying in the previous DPC season, is they have Bryle playing mid carries, and then he just kind of farms, and then Tomato. Actually, we saw this combo a bunch in the last season. The Bryle Morphling mid, or TA plus the Tomato Monkey King in the safe lane. He's gonna go treads into his Maelstrom and then probably get a really early BKB, so he can kind of be like a pseudo frontliner for his, for the real carry, which is Morphling, to win his team the game. And I think that with because he's got the Willow, right, he can shift into the Willow and really just be a force later on.
Yeah, it's going to be strong. Very difficult to deal with. Obviously, going up against the Naga Siren, who can kind of reset fights with that song, but we'll see how it ends up working for them. It's going to be an interesting match to watch in that way for sure. And Monkey's received a lot of nerfs throughout that last patch. A lot of them were sort of like the more bullshit things, like the Monkey's just persisting through death and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But regardless, we'll watch for that one as well. And I think that Tomato definitely somebody that can make a lot happen. And with Dubu there, throwing some bloodlust on him and everything else, it'll be a real pain. Centaur struggling up in this top lane. Tingle King has not been able to have a great time just because of the strength of Monkey King in lane, like you were talking about.
Yeah, and it's Centaur. I was expecting them to maybe pick like a ranged hero. I thought maybe Viper could have been a choice for them, but instead they went with another stun. And Panel talked about them having a lot of magic damage. I mean, that is definitely the case, but they also just kind of stacking initiation. They've got Puck initiation, Centaur initiation, Earth Spirit initiation, and to me, I feel like they might just be lacking the damage necessary. I don't think Naga is going to come online early enough to kind of fill the gap in damage here.
Yeah, that could be a problem for sure. And
also not really any synergy for the Song of the Siren. It's more of like a defensive tool for the Naga herself.
Yeah, that's definitely true as well.
And there you go. 6-minute rune goes to Bryle. He didn't get the first two, but he got the one that matters, the big one.
He's back. Let's see it.
He was never out. I mean, he's been dominating the CS. Just lasted deny lives versus this Puck.
That's fair. And they're gonna try and wrap on him.
Yep. Pressure with the catapult.
I'm out. Got him caught. Phase shift. Off cooldown, Coil there connects onto all of them actually, and with
nice.
the roll in, this could be pretty nice. Vol in the area, Pingu also. Bryle able to get the walk away, tries to chase down, jump forward, jaunt. First blood gonna be drawn by Dubu. So they miss on the puck kill, but get the secure onto the AA and now pressuring that tower.
That's kind of what I was talking about. It's like, great, you got the coil, but now what? It's
Right.
Like, A doesn't have any damage before level 6, and you can see how outmatched the cuts, I call it like the roaming trio, how outmatched they are with this Ogre, Willow, plus Morphling turning into Puck. It's, you know, tons of damage, you know, enough stuns to make stuff happen. Trying the Morphling here again, but I mean, pretty tanky hero, and I think he's pretty much unkillable until you either have AA Blast or Spirit Vessel on your, maybe Earth Spirit or Puck, depending on who's maybe considering getting it.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one as well. Like, obviously, Vol, you love to be able to build Earn on this hero, the Earth Spirit, but at the same time, getting that Spirit Vessel is going to take a little bit longer, and it could be worth it for the Puck to go up, but then you're like, Puck with Spirit Vessel, things feel all weird. You kind of want, like, the Witchblade or the Blink Dagger or something, so...
Well, he needs damage, right? It's like when you don't have damage for Coil, the Puck kind of needs to be the damage himself, so I definitely agree with you, like the idea of going to Witchblade or Spirit Vessel and just kind of being the damage. And you can see they're going to try and make something happen here, but Centaur already died, and low their damages.
Ooh, Tomato, though, he actually wore out the Jingu. Wasn't sure, he just right-clicked it down. I thought he was going to go for the Boundless Strike, but saved that for afterwards, and now jumping forward. Puck looking for an opening here. It's a couple more punches onto Dubu, but then backs out. Nothing else left in the tank. I normally feel like that Waning Rift, it's so much more damage at this early stage of the game, but as you mentioned, Nick going for the max out Illusory Orb instead. Oop. Pingu? Back towards mid, does some jukes, tries to hide away, and no luck. They'll take that kill.
Yeah, Puck's trying to rotate and make plays, and Morphling is just kind of pressing the issue here and continues to pressure this tower, knowing that, you know, even if he gets coiled on that tower, you know, he's not going to die until, you know, at least AA has level 6.
Right. Well, it is definitely a bit of a tough one here. Moonmander trying to mess around a little bit with Scourge McDuck. The Naga, just a little catch-up. Double Wraith Band now with Treads. So starting to get some of these smaller items to build up that farm. What's sort of that timing that you're looking for? Is it just around like the AA ulti that we're probably going to start to see the cut make some more moves? Or likewise, like, do Undying need to make any sort of plays happen right now with the strength they got?
I guess the question is, like, who do you feel like is going to win late game, right? I mean, I think there's an argument to be made that Naga can out-carry Morphling and Monkey King.
Okay.
But, you know, it kind of looks like Dire had free farm on 3 lanes, so this Naga may start feeling the pressure here pretty soon once Sluggar gets his Blink Dagger.
Okay.
And their mid tower is going down. Like, they can defend it.
Oh, gonna try, but you got the strength form off, and now a good chunk of damage will be stunned, but I mean, what are you really going to do to Bryle at this point? He is just a monster. So hard to kill.
Yeah, it's you're using Dream Coil just to defend your tower. Not the best scenario for a Puck player. And there's a regen. Yep. Sadly.
Bryle gets it, and now they will keep that tower alive. I guess as you mentioned, it's sort of that desire that we're seeing from them, I guess, to just sort of hold out until the heroes start to come online, until those ultis start to come online. Pingu, I believe, has the tome coming out to him right now. Yeah, so there's maybe something they could do here.
Yeah, A is going to get the tome in LF level 6, and if Morphling oversteps, they could possibly kill him with the AA blast, but they're going to need to do like an Earth Spirit roll into a silence as they're, you know, no coil for 20 seconds, and their tower is about to die.
Well, this is going to be Undying feeling a little bit stronger right now, but you can see Bryle recognizing that danger. He backs away.
Yeah, they're playing it really safe. Just getting the tower in deny range. They pretty much know it is going to go down at some point, and there is a window here, right? Like we've been talking about it, that there is a play for Radiant, and the Dire's denied.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, very good stuff. Going to use Coil now to get the kill on the Moon. I think he's happy with that. Another coil used, and it's not on his cores.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, the last 2 coils, I didn't even get kills with them, so the Radiant's got to be a little bit happier about that. And And you know, they still have their mid tower, all things considered. Not the worst couple minutes there for them, I think.
Okay.
Centaur's getting closer and closer to his blink. You know, he's not really doesn't have the treads and bracer and raindrop that Slardar has, but you know they're essentially very similar heroes. And with that blink dagger, Slardar is ready to go. So watch out mid lane.
Let's see, the smoke up comes. Saberlight breaks the smoke. Pingu, they jump instead. Find Mr. Nick. The big old ulti comes through onto both and able to get out of there on Nick.
He got the morph.
Dude, what a play. They got him. Oh, and Nick, all right, he thinks he's good. He's doing it. Finds the getaway and manages to bait them. What a blink reveal for the cut in that instance. A Saberlight.
You mean blink reveal forward?
Yeah, those Saberlights, and you know, it's good for the cut.
there's another blink reveal. The free kill on Earth Spirit, and looks like they're gonna be able to take this tower as well.
Coil, chase in, finds one. Moon Meander down, now looking for a second. Scourge McDuck there. Oh, just barely outside of range. Oh,
see it.
Those are so unfortunate. You were a bit of an AA player yourself. As you see Bryle take down Tingle King.
I've only played AA in one game.
Really? What?
Yeah, that was a TI5.
Oh, you know, there's a time to do it, right? That's the time.
The hero's just an abysmal laner, and you know if you don't land your ult, he's just useless. So
right.
Not like Disruptor. You know, a lot of times people pick the easier heroes nowadays with more, you know, guaranteed success on their spells.
That's true. Make sure that, you know, sort of less ventured, less gained, but it's still decent. That smoke was underneath the ward, so they do have pretty good idea of what's going on here. Bryle farming the camps. We'll see if they get one of these wards down. It doesn't look like it, and they missed on the sentry as well. This one is back over there and going to expire. So some really good warding coming out from Undying. It's always interesting seeing like the new warding spots after map changes.
It's so, I mean, just playing a position 5, it's so hard. Like, I've been putting my sentry wards in like all the wrong spots and like missing the new cliffs, and I'm putting them on like the old spots, and
right.
It definitely takes some getting used to, that's for sure. One thing to note is they actually just did a smoke there. They're trying to find the morph link, but they didn't take their centaur who just got his blink dagger, so very different blink reveals for these guys.
Yep. Vol walks into a root. Saberlight finds him, but didn't actually get the corrosive haze on.
Those trees,
yeah.
They're tough to deal with.
Ooh.
A lot of fog in there.
Maybe a jump here. Tingle King looking for the stun, gonna throw it out afterwards. A blast to boot. Moon dropping down low, but actually gonna pop the Stampede now, trying to get away as everybody else showed back up. Tingle King, they got vision on him now. Stomp there, onto 2 with the double edge, but there was nowhere left to go. A lot of heroes from Undying showing up to that fight.
And I missed AA out there. But yeah, it's like, that's why you want to, you know, as soon as you get your timing, right? If you have the timing and you're ready to fight, like get, you know, smoke of the seat, right? Come from fog, come from where the enemy team can't see you. It makes, you know, landing that blink stun so much easier.
Right. They are now going to jump, roll in afterwards. Saberlight gets caught, but the jump onto Pingu is pretty good. Can they kill off Saberlight? He will drop, but in the meantime, Tomato's onto 1. Little Nick just getting massacred in the jungle. So a trade of 2 for 1 there. It is still all space and time bought for Scourge McDuck on this Naga, but you know, those kills hurt, and if they can transition this into a tower, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think the main thing to focus on in Dota games when you're trying to think about like who's winning, rather than net worth, just think of like how many carries or how many deaths do the carries have. And Direct kind of has 2 carries, so it's a little deceptive, but Naga continues to free farm, and I think Monkey King continues to free farm as well. So I would say the 2 carries probably better than the 1. But Radiant's still in it for sure. Naga will have going for an Orchid actually.
Oh.
With the Naga Siren item.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, won't run out of mana, that's for sure. As mid, they get him again. Moon drops. That's 3 deaths, not terrible at all. It's been a pretty low kill game so far. I guess that, like, I don't know, what's, I guess we have a little bit of a second here, but like, what's your read on the patch? Because part of this makes me feel like, you know, without the bounty runes at the sort of, you know, consistent intervals and the outposts and all that stuff, that it feels like maybe there's less forced engagements going on.
Sure, I think that's a pretty valid interpretation, but it's kind of like back to the way Dota was before, where it's like you can win a Dota in so many different ways, and that's actually, I kind of disliked the previous system because I felt like the game was sort of leading you through it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, every 5 minutes I gotta go to the bounties, every 2 minutes I gotta go to the power runes. It's like, I just want to play my own game, you know? And now that there's a lot more freedom to be creative and have different strategies and not necessarily just like, you know, go to these points of contention that are forced upon you all the time.
Yeah. I mean, as somebody that watches a lot of Dota, sometimes it's harder to understand exactly, you know, what's going on or who's going to go somewhere. But
well, we are watching NA DPC, so it's probably going to just be a lot more neutral hitting.
Perfect. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Naga likes to farm. Monkey King is probably just going to power farm until his BKB when he feels comfortable. You know, doesn't just get dream coiled and killed, which is kind of his issue in this game. But he's really, really fast. Maelstrom BKB from him this game. I think he's got it right now.
Nice timing for sure. Although it hasn't quite been brought out to him yet, and it does look like a smoke up from the cut. All right, he's going to get it before they connect into them, as they're sort of positioned on the other side of the river.
Yes, they really just have no answer for this BKB, I think, at all. Like, they have no damage. Like, Naga has Manta Orchid. It's not going to do anything.
Ooh, silence there. Stun afterwards, saving the Terrorize. The cut, they get a little bit of a back out here. Had Stampede, but didn't use it. And this is going to be Tingle King going down with the rest of the cut trying to escape.
Tingle King is having a rough one, that's for sure. Not his best DPC Division 1 debut.
It's a tough one.
Had the lane against the last pick Monkey King with a double melee lane, right? Earth Spirit Centaur, and now he's, you know, it's not really, these initiations aren't really going as planned, I think.
Little Nick here, does he show on the wave? Tomato shows up. Gonna do a quick little orb action, pushes it out, and does he get found? Oh, the A-click into immediate bash. Saberlight. That was good. I like that. Interesting. That to me, yeah. Tries to find him. Quick jump in. Tingle King went for the stun to turn it around. Fear is going to connect onto Vol, and Vol will fall. So a couple quick kills, and suddenly Undying ready to go on into the pit.
Yep, they got the puck. That was the big one. 20 seconds with the Slardars and a Morphling for damage is more than enough here. And look at this. He's got the Naga Siren Illusion Morphlings.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he used the mirror image and then immediately swap it.
Oh.
Back into range for him.
Scorch McDuck thinking about going in. They have the Ice Blast. Can't get there. I thought he might have songed for that one, but now they spot him. Scorch McDuck? Oh no, that was the Sentry Ward. Excuse me. Dubu might get killed by illusions. Oh, it happens.
Got the ward.
Hey, it's the important part. So, scary timing coming up now with the BKB on Monkey, and then also Morphling getting close to this Aghanim Scepter. How do you deal with this if you're the cut? Like, do you just sort of need to split push, or what's the play here?
Well, I think you don't really have a timing at the moment, right? I think I didn't really understand the Orchid from Naga Siren because she kind of got it at the same time that Monkey King got BKB, so it's kind of ineffective against that. I would prefer she just sort of like scaled up into more, you know, either tankiness or physical damage. You know, maybe like I have Scotty or something could also be good.
Right.
But yeah, I think they just need to wait for more items now because I don't think they're strong enough to 5v5.
Well, maybe they can get a pick off here. Nick gets the coil onto 2, trying to blow up the Slardar, but the jump in from Tomato. And now Scorch McDuck tries to get out of the BKB. Can they run him down? She's pretty quick, actually. And that might be enough to get her out. The chase continues, looking for the rundown. Saberlight's there as well with the crush in a moment. Net, walk away. Scorch McDuck, can he get out? Oh, he's so freaking low. Trying to escape, and they're not quite there in time. And the Blink's not going to get him there either. Maybe one more boundless strike. Looking for the jump.
Way.
Chase down. Tomato almost gets it, but they don't quite connect. Holy moly. The great escape.
No,
and now
he's
he's punished. He's dead. Oh, Tomato wanted that kill so badly.
This was over.
Yeah, he really did, and that was a little 3-2-2, a little deep, but I'm not sure that Naga kill's that important, but we'll see if they can chain this into something else.
Okay.
This guy's got an Aegis, I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems a tough person to put down twice, but if they do kill him once, he doesn't have a BKB, so they could, chain a Earth Spirit roll, Centaur stun, AA ults, etc. If they get to tee off on somebody, I think they definitely have damage to kill really anybody on Dire.
It's interesting too, because this was the timing that we were expecting something really big coming out from Undying with that Aghanim Scepter done on Morphling, and instead a big kill onto Tomato sets us up now for maybe another opening here. They got to push out their lengths. Saberlight, will they catch him? Doesn't look like it. He's up here on the top side of the map. I don't know, the cut's still playing aggressive even into this Aegis is a little wild to me. Oh.
Yeah, this is going to be a Centaur?
He's going. Bryle blows him up. Saberlight now finds the Naga, tries to get out of there. Have the Corrosive Haze, the turn now, Coil, but the stun from the high ground. Lil Nick jumps away. They blow up one. Can they find any more? No.
They got the Naga now.
Bryle finds that kill, and Lil Nick trying to escape, has an orb, has a jump, but they know where he's going to be going. Lil Nick doesn't take that route. And now can he get out of there? TP away, tries to find him. Oh, they say no. Quick little kill there.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. Okay. Lil Nick makes his way out.
Just puck things.
Right.
I thought maybe this patch you wouldn't see puck anymore. I feel like we saw enough puck and Void Spirit in the previous patch. Just not getting nerfed enough.
Dude, it's not. It's crazy. I feel like this hero is just, he provide like I guess the BKB piercing stun with Coil and like how nice that whole thing is, and then of course what you saw of getting out up there at the top is really hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's a good hero, but not getting that much done this game. To be honest, lacking the damage. I think is the big problem here.
Right.
Puck and Centaur, two similar heroes. Bad synergy in my opinion.
Well, it's definitely been a tough one for them. Now down 6,000 gold. There's been moments where it's looked okay, and to be honest, a couple of it where Undying's just sort of gone a little bit too ham. But
for sure, you can definitely sense that they're playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
They feel like they're in control of this game. They feel like they're the better team. They can have a little fun. Chase the carry into the tier 3s. Maybe make a big play. Fortunately, that didn't work out, but they're still in a great spot. And Tomato, even if he dies once or twice, he's not really he's not the carry. It's the Morphling, and they've got the Ags plus the Willow combo now. So I expect them to kind of finish off these tier 2s, and then probably wait for next Roshan before they go high ground.
Oh, good blink over there on Saberlight. As they try and continue to control this map. Lil Nick cutting waves where he can. And on the other side, you can see the cut pushing out each of these side lanes. They don't have A blast. They might have gone on Bryle right there bottom if they did have it open with the Orchid from Fog and Saberlight. Now running through the trees, finds Bull, but he bit off a little bit more than he could chew there. The roll through and the kill. Nicely played. Oh no.
We songing? Getting out of here?
BKB from Tomato tries to get his way out, but already having used the Boundless Strike, they won't be able to contain that Naga. So another BKB charge used.
Yeah, and I think that this is a good strategy for the Radiant is here. You can't really fight 5v5, so let's stay out of the middle part of the map. Let's push side lanes, so let's split push. And before we go anywhere, before we go for any kills, let's make sure we have Song of the Siren ready. Right, because it's Monkey King's the only one with the BKB yet. Sardar will eventually get one, which will be a problem for that Song escape. But for now, as long as that Boundless Strike is down, Song TP is a sure way out.
Right, absolutely. It's a nice answer for the moment at least, and we'll see if they end up, going further forward and you have a Naga Siren now getting a Butterfly. On top of the heart, things are starting to look maybe a little bit better for the cut. Still, like you mentioned, having that damage problem, and now with Bryle getting a Scotty too.
Yeah, I think
so much to handle.
Maybe Naga can get Butterfly before the next Roshan, and they can contest that, so they don't, so they could basically not concede their high ground siege, which I think is what's going to happen if they don't contest this Roshan.
Tower is under attack.
Or they're going to get like completely choked out of the map as Morphling runs around with the Aegis.
We do have the Puck Aghanim Scepter done, which is at least somewhat of an answer for the BKB. Top lane continues to get pushed in. Scourge McDuck catching those waves, and actually going to catch one mid here as well. So the only real avenue for push that Undying has is through bottom. And they're actually going to come back now and try and TP to deal with Scourge McDuck on this Naga.
Yeah, really good play from Scourge McDuck there, cutting that mid lane. You could tell Dire just wanted to walk around and get all those tier 2s before Roche, but it basically saves his entire mid lane by doing that.
Ooh, Moon caught sight of the Naga there.
Yeah, but Moon is very much on his own, and the Morphling and Monkey King are nowhere nearby, so I'm not sure what business he has fighting. And yeah, he's dead.
Quick and easy kill. Nicely played.
And Moon has been in some precarious spots this game. He's always kind of just, but they're trying on the Morphling.
Coil, this is a little crazy. Turnaround stun onto both. Ice Blast a little bit off the mark there. Didn't even manage to get it, but they do break cool. No, they did get Ice Blast on him. Down low, Bryle in trouble. Bryle trying to get out of there. Can they kill him in time? Vol gets him. Well played. They did lose the Puck and the Centaur. Now Vol tries to get the roll out.
Where's Naga going?
I don't know. Scourge McDuck is out of there.
He's like, we killed the Morphling. My work is done. I'm going to go back and farm.
Hey, man. Whatever you got to do. So 3 for 3, but the big one was that Morphling death.
Yeah, and a Monkey King BKB charge. Well, actually, yeah. I think I don't know, when did he use that? Because it's up now. Maybe he definitely didn't use it in that engagement. But down to 7 seconds, so getting a bit lower, which is big for them.
Very interesting stuff. And I mean, again, you look at this situation, Moon spots out some illusions here. I was curious if Scourge might get on him yet again. But the top net worth right now is this Naga Siren, who's pretty huge. And next Roche coming up in a minute and a half. We haven't really seen the power of like this Dark Willow Morphling that I thought we would.
Yeah, well, Undying made quite the risk by last picking this Monkey King, right? They said, hey, we want to stomp our lane, but they didn't really pick a great answer to the Naga Siren. Right? That was the 4th pick from the cut. It was kind of in that 18 slot, which is like their most powerful pick in the game, and they banned Leshrac and Ember Spirit, and they decided, we'll try and end the game with this second Aegis on Morphling. But now the second Aegis for this Roshan that's about to spawn, the second Roche, is not so sure, right?
Yeah.
Naga's got her Butterfly now. BKBs are getting lower. Morphling doesn't have a BKB, so he's going back for it now after the Scotty. Maybe he wishes he had it before. But yeah, this second Roche is gonna be huge.
Oh, they found Vol. Turn around though. Tingle King. Follow-up turnaround in the fear. On the Siren out. And they have Ice Blast on him, but it's just going to be a runaway. Can the cut get out of here? Orbs forward. Thought about going, but decides better of it. One thing I did want to mention as we're getting up towards Roche respawning here was how cool the Slardars looked running through the trees with just an attack move and a bash queued. It's been a really neat little thing that I've been seeing from Saberlight. I like it a lot.
All right, Roche is up in 3 seconds. Remember that couriers can't scout Roche now?
Oh yeah.
So gotta actually send somebody in there. But it is up, and Earth Spirit is dead. If Dire was ready, I think they could have done it. Instead, we're gonna get that 5v5 engagement. They're gonna smoke early here. That's a 4-man, and Earth Spirit is gonna look to follow. Dire may be able to pick up the Earth Spirit before he's with his team.
Tingle King spots out Saberlight. Good BKB. Tingle King again in trouble, and like you said, doesn't have a way out of this one. Starting to bring him down low. Tingle King backs away, able to catch several of them. No BKB left for Saberlight. They back away, try and reset this fight. And it looks like they're going to completely reset to nothing. And send these Naga Siren illusions in just to deal some damage first. But yeah, that's going to be about it for the moment. No song for the Roche fight. Ooh, they're going in. They're trying to take it.
Oh, dying so fast, man. This is such an important Roshan that they need to contest.
Roll in,
going
for it. A blast.
Okay.
Coil is out. They managed to sneak the Aegis. Oh, little Nick, he ends up going down. They take it. Big win, and now Naga stuck in the Wukong's command, backs away for the moment. All right, now we're seeing that Dark Willow shenanigans as they're going to try and chase down Scourge McDuck. 3 already dead. Can they get out of there with this Naga Siren? I'm not so sure. Good force staff. Does have Song of the Siren back up again. Throws it out now. And the TP out. Oh my goodness. I mean, as it is, this is a tough one. Losing that Aegis, but losing multiple heroes afterwards as well.
Yeah, not the best fights for Radiant. A little slow contesting the Roche, and yeah, you can see like this Morphling with the Willow. Like, doesn't really matter if Morphling is kind of like counterpicked by the Naga Siren illusions. The Willow is just too much damage.
They weren't able to take that one away. Lil Nick tried to go for the jump in, but it didn't happen. And Tomato even got the cheese. I didn't see who got the shard, but somebody has it, I'm sure. Man,
Slardar has one. I don't know if he's the only one with it. Monkey King has one too, so I think probably Monkey King picked it up.
Got it. Wow. Well, a really big win, and suddenly 14,000 gold lead for Undying.
Second Roche is so impactful with the shard added in now. It's absurd, right?
Yeah.
Aegis, cheese, and shard. Like, second Roche is, whoever gets that, I mean, maybe GG.
Ooh, dodges. Turnaround stun again. God, the Centaurs look so ineffectual. Very frustrating. Lil Nick, in the meantime, throwing out some right clicks and going to try and buy some extra momentum here. Gets the jump away, still gets caught.
Happened?
I don't know, but Lil Nick, he feels confident in himself. Or no, what a play by Tomato. Oh, jumps right on top of him. Very well played by the Monkey King.
Crumbling.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Not sure they have enough in them to defend. They're probably 2 sets of racks for Dire now.
Meanwhile, down bottom, Vol gonna get picked off by Moon. So often, Moon's been the one that's sort of getting picked off, but he gets a little bit of retribution here. Roll away from Vol, maybe Livin actually? TP's out. Okay.
Radiant's middle.
Oh,
The song, delay the push. All but the Monkey King illusions.
They're real annoying. Ice Blast goes out. Not gonna be on the mark. Oh no. Oh no. Ryle now.
Single King's dead again.
Oh, it has been a rough one. That hurts. Whole mid-Rax is gone. They're gonna head down bottom. 20k gold with no Ice Blast for another little while. 20 seconds. I mean, they can take so much in that time.
Radiant's bottom tower
none.
has fallen.
I don't think Radiant's going to be like, oh, wait for Centaur, but the Rax is already gone, and they definitely need the puck to fight.
Well, maybe one last hurrah here as Tomato gonna get rolled on. They missed the roll. Vol trying to do something, not quite gonna work. Ice Blast should be coming in just a moment. Barely manages to clip there onto Morphling. Scourge McDuck hoping to make something happen, but the beatdown continues. Oh, okay, another Song of the Siren back up. They can maybe burst him here, but the Ice Blast just ran out, and he's got Aegis still. Oh, not the timing. They burned through the Aegis nonetheless. A little bit of a Yule Scepter lift up now. Silence on to that Dark Willow. The chase down will come, and dead Vol. Single King finds his stun. Is there enough damage in the world? Saberlight down low, but look at Ryle just beating in with that Aghanim Scepter. Scourge McDuck going to get stunned there in the end. Pingu has Ice Blast back up again. Saberlight not quite able to connect to take down Little Nick. Jumps away. That's the jaunt waveform through though. Triple kill for Ryle. She ends their life. Now trying to take him down one more time again. GG is going to be called. The Undying take care of business.
Yeah, not bad. Couple of sloppy moments for the better team there, but the cut didn't look too bad. I think they did pick this Centaur with their 5th overall pick, I want to say. It was kind of like that, what's left? Like, let me get some melee stunner at the end, and I think that was their demise. I think when you pick that Earth Spirit, I think either you're successful with those wave pulling shenanigans, or you pick a range hero to have an actual lane. But he started the game poorly on the Centaur, and it never really got better. And I feel like they also kind of lacked damage in their draft for that puck coil. Right. You saw it multiple times. There was a coil, but not enough damage to finish any of the kills. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll see something different in the next draft. I think overall, though, I think the cut I think they played decently well.
Yeah.
Besides Tingle King, of course, but I feel like he was not
set. Monkey King. Come
yeah,
on.
exactly. He was set up to have a bad lane and never really recovered.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit of amnesty for sure in the first game for them in Division 1. I'm curious to see if they change anything up for game number 2, maybe taking away some of that other stuff. It felt like that AA was this idea of this is going to be our damage and just didn't come online quickly enough. But regardless, game number 2 right around the corner, everybody. We're going to head to a quick break. When we get back, the panel is going to probably talk more about Diet Soda, but also break down all that action. See y'all then.